And it's live.
Another Ironman race we have this weekend is Ironman Copenhagen. This one's a P2000 with $50,000 up for grabs. Emily, can you give us a little detail on the course?
Yeah, the swim is just a one loop swim in an artificial lagoon, so it's fast. There's not going to be any waves. The bike is two loops. Could be windy when it goes along the coast, and then there are some narrow city streets to navigate since Copenhagen is an older European town. But it's a pretty fast course. And then the run is four loops through downtown Copenhagen, and is apparently a lot of spectator support. Hundreds of thousands of people, they say, lining the course. So could be fun.
Yeah, my sister's in Copenhagen for this summer, and she said she might even go out. Says it's a very good, well-run community race, and people love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we have for a couple of people looking for KPR points. We have Manchucci. He's obviously on this start list too, as in Japan. So he just needs a few more points. Mike A. He needs a podium for KPR points to get to Kona, and then Mike S. Yeah, same thing. Podium will probably get him to Kona. Michelle Vesterby. She needs a couple more points. Top 7 probably will get her to Kona. And then Sonia, same thing, top 7. Sophie, she needs a win and probably maybe just a little bit of help too. Emily, give us a little more rundown on the start list.
Yeah, so the defending champion is Henrique. I'm not even going to try to say his last name, but he went 8:03 last year, so strong athlete, and he's not in the running for Kona, so this is a home race for him, so he'll be dialed in and ready to go. And then you have Peterson Bach, who was fifth last year, but won in 2013. So those are kind of two of the men who will be mixing it up near the front. And then also on the list was Lucy Zelnikova, who's a super strong swimmer. So look for her to be out in front.
Awesome, yeah. So definitely some people on the Japan list and the Copenhagen list that are going to be looking for KPR points. We have another race this weekend. This is Ironman 70.3 Budapest. It's a P500 race with $15,000 of prize purse. Emily, what about the course on this one?
Yeah, so it's a river swim in the Danube. It'll be wetsuit legal. It's a little cold. Two loop bike, one really short climb, and then the rest was described as very fat and flat and fast. And then a four loop run that is also very flat. Interesting person showing up to race is Terenzo Bozzone. He tweeted out that he's on his way there. He's going to race this weekend, and then he'll do 70.3 Worlds next weekend, which is quite interesting since we've heard that the 70.3 Worlds will be the Triple Crown, one of the Triple Crown races, and he's the only guy eligible for that. So interesting.
Yeah, awesome. What about any of the females on the start list there?
Yeah, I mean, Kate Snow's on there, but she's also on the baton list, which we'll talk about in a minute. And you have Vanessa Raw, who's really strong, but she had a major bike crash, so I don't know if she'll be starting. You have Diana Reisler, who just won in Poland, and Emir Mullen, who hasn't raced for a while. I think she's back training with Suto. So, you know, just so seems like a lot of people are on a lot of start lists, just figuring out kind of where the season's going. And other guys are Soak. He's a good swimmer. He trains with you in the woodlands, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Balaj, yeah, he's from Hungary, so he's going back to his country and racing this race. It sounded like he was very interested in racing at home, so it sounds like he's pretty excited on that one.
Yeah, and you also have Maddie Troutman, who is getting ready for Kona, a strong South African, has done well, got sixth in Brazil, and had the fastest run. He ran like 2:44.
Awesome, yeah. So another 70.3 there. Another one we have 70.3 Indonesia. This is in Bataan, the Metaman. It's a P750 race with $25,000 up to grabs. Emily, what about a little course detail on this one?
Yeah, so it is a one loop swim, non-wetsuit. It's tropical, crystal clear water, if you can envision that. One loop bike with some short rollers on the inland sections, and then it goes along the coast. So wind and heat are going to be your big factors there. And then the run is three loops and is flat, but I'm sure it'll be nice and hot.
Yeah, so the start list, it looks like there's some double people on the Budapest list, Indonesia list. So you just check out the start list as it comes closer. Emily, what about people you know that are going to be racing here?
Yeah, so I talked to Laura Wassner. She's going to be there to try to get some last points to make that second August cutoff for Kona. She'll be kind of pushed by Caitlin Snow, who I think she might do this one instead of Budapest, as this one has more points. And then Gina Crawford is always dangerous. She has been training, though, in New Zealand where it's a little bit colder. So don't know if the heat will affect her more. And then guys on the list who will be looking for Kona points is Fraser Cartmel. He told us he was looking for some last minute points. And then other guys that are already in are Frederick Kronberg is getting ready for Kona, and Brad Collefelt is getting ready for Kona as well. And then you have Timo Brock, who's not doing Kona, but super strong cyclist and runner.
Awesome, yeah. So great, couple races. We got two 70.3s and two Ironmans this weekend. Also, the Ironman 70.3 Worlds, as Emily mentioned, as we found out, it looks like it's going to be the second race of the Triple Crown. Uncertain which one will be the third race. And then also the start list was released on Ironman.com for the official start list, and a couple people might drop off that list. Anything you have to say about that, Emily?
No, I'm just kind of excited to see how the Triple Crown thing goes. I mean, you have Bazone, who's on the Bahrain Endurance 13 team, and he's going to be racing a lot of his other teammates for to have his shot at $1 million. So, we'll see how it goes. And then Reef, she was the clear favorite kind of going into the race. And, I guess a little, I wouldn't say pressure, but, she wins this. It's just one step closer to that $1 million at the end of the year.
All right. Well, everybody stay tuned now. We have a special guest for the ITU Stockholm, and Emily's going to interview him later. Thank you.
Thanks.